What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mom and Son Show.
I'm the mom.
And I am the son, and thank you so much for tuning in. And it is Memorial Day.
It is.
So this show, we are going to specifically be talking about Disney World's effort during World War II and what they did to contribute and do their part.
Sounds
good. So let's see what they did. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, Mom, let's go into it. So, number one, we want to thank all the vets and military for their services and contributions to us. That's the most important thing. But let's also find out what Disney did during their efforts for World War II, shall we?
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds good. So, our title slide, obviously, Memorial Day, which is a reminder of the sacrifices made by our military heroes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Disney goes to war. Okay, they basically became involved right after the Pearl Harbor bombing, World War II. So this is how Disney got involved with the war efforts.
Okay.
So everything started with Mickey Mouse, of course. 50% of their animation studio in Burbank was given up for the war effort so that the U.S. troops could use it. So they were always looking for places to house and train and just a place for troops to rest. So
Yep.
Disney gave up part of their store, so to speak. And then 20% of Disney employees were drafted or they volunteered for service, which is, it takes a good hit. The company takes a hit when you lose that many employees, but Disney turned it around as always.
Yep.
In 1943, 90% of Disney's work was for government agencies. So with a limited staff because of people being in the war, and of course with the domino effect that a war has with a country, what do? So they decided that they would join forces, and they started working for the government. They started doing posters, propaganda posters, and eventually they ended up selling some bonds.
Yeah, and they also signed a $90,000 contract with the government to make 20 training videos because they were so good at making films. The government paid them to make training videos of how to spot planes if we were to get attacked again. Mm-hmm. So pretty cool.
So 90,000 back in 1943.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, exactly.
And this is just a picture of, obviously, Donald holding one of those bonds. The characters were used on posters to teach children to save money and to buy the war bonds. So obviously at that time, people had to really be cautious with their money. You had husbands who went off to war, so they weren't providing the money to their families to be able to get food on the table. So they had to be a little bit strategic and a little bit cautionary.
Yep, for sure.
And just some more emblems as to how Disney created some war memorabilia. This freaked me out. So they were afraid of chemical warfare. And Disney got together with the military and they designed a gas mask for children. This was for kids, I believe it was 6 months to 4 years. And the interesting part about this is they gave it to the children to play with, like to act out. So in the event of a chemical warfare where they had to put these masks on, they wouldn't be freaking out, which was kind of crazy, but it makes sense because anybody who's raised young kids, you need to be familiar with something if you want them to do it at the spur of the moment.
Yep.
So it was interesting the way that Disney was able to assist, and of course it helped them in the long run. But in times of war, in times of need, it's great to see a country that gets together and works to make our country better.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, that's all we have for today, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Mom, we don't have a joke today, right?
We don't.
Because we just want to thank the veterans and thank you for anybody servicing and who sacrificed for the country. It's not a joking holiday, although many people are celebrating.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy your families, enjoy your friends, and stay safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great weekend.
I'm the mom.
And I'm the son, and this is the Mom and Son Show.